So California had their primary for the governor election a few days ago, and the results didn't really go that well for Tom Steyer. He did not make it to the general election. He was very close. He was 2% away from advancing to the general election, and he was in third place, but the Republican ended up advancing Steve Hilton, and of course Javier Becerra, the Democrat, advanced the general election. He was in first place, and a lot of progressives did support Tom Steyer. DSA supported him, so a lot of disappointment there, but also a lot of blame on Katie Porter, the one of the Democratic candidates that got 4% of the vote, but also is being blamed because, of course, she didn't drop out, and they're saying that she was a spoiler. And while I do think some of her supporters probably would have voted for Steyer, Tom Steyer is a billionaire, and like he spent a lot of money, more than any other candidate, and I do think like there's also the fact that maybe Tom Steyer wasn't the right candidate for progressives, uh, because he did while he ran a great campaign, he spent a lot of money and still didn't win. So I mean that very disappointing, but also yeah, I do think Katie Porter could have dropped out and helped Tom Steyer win or get to the general election to um, give progressives an option other than Javier Becerra, the corporate Democratic candidate. But also, Matt Mahan was running, and he also could have been another spoiler in the election. And Ramsey Robinson, who I don't think is a spoiler, but did uh, pretty well for a independent socialist candidate, given that the Peace and Freedom Party really didn't have the party infrastructure to win this race, despite all the people that supported Ramsey Robinson on like TikTok and stuff, and also Butch Ware, who uh, had to run a writing campaign, but Ramsey Robinson did just as well as Tony Thurmond did, and Tony Thurmond is a Democrat that holds statewide office, so that was, I guess, good for Ramsey Robinson. But other than that, like Tom Steyer, I feel like could have done better. I am disappointed that he did not advance the general election, but other progressives did, because like there just isn't enough progressive unity, and Katie Porter really like, I'm not trying to put all the blame on Katie Porter, but uh I do think like had she dropped out, maybe Tom Steyer would have got to the general election, but also Katie Porter only got 4% of the vote, and Tom Steyer needed just half of that to get to the general election. And also, you can make the argument that uh, had Chad Bianco not ran, Steve Hilton would have gotten in first place, and then he would have gotten 35%. So really, like that's kind of why the spoiler argument is just not really relevant for this race. I think we really need ranked choice voting in all elections at this point. I think with as big as a state that California is, and they had about uh 100 candidates running, there should be ranked choice voting, so that way, like obviously, there's gonna be spoiler candidates, so we really need ranked choice voting in especially these governor elections, statewide races, presidential races. So hopefully Tom Steyer tries to get ranked choice voting uh, passed in California.